right, good morning and welcome to another new math lesson for today. We are talking about naming and writing fractions. So what does that mean? Well, let's quickly review what is a fraction. So remember that a fraction represents a part of something that is whole. So basically, remember we've been splitting a whole part into equal parts. So here we have a pizza, okay? So say Alan and his friends, they ordered a pizza that had 6 slices and then Alan ate 2 slices of pizza. We want to find out what fraction of the pizza Alan ate. So what we've been talking about is what the fraction is. So yesterday and the day before, you actually wrote the name of the fraction, which was 2/6. Okay, so he ate 2 pieces. So if we cross off 2 pieces, okay, 1, 2, and we had 6 altogether, so then it was 2/6 is what he ate, okay? So that's how we write it as a word, so as its name. But we're gonna learn how to write a real fraction today. So if you remember, I've already introduced you guys to the words numerator, okay, which is the top number, and that's the part, okay, that's part. And then denominator, which is the bottom number, and that is the whole, okay? So our pizza, if we go back to our pizza answer here, okay, we had 6 slices of pizza. So we would put 6 on the bottom because that's the whole pizza, and then Alan ate 2, so that's 2/6, okay? So here I have a fraction and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? So 5 is the whole number, so it goes on the bottom, and 3 is the part. So it's however many goes on the part, okay? So remember that the top number represents the part. How many is it part, okay? And the bottom number is the total number of squares, or the total number that makes the whole, okay? We're gonna do some practice with it because I know it's a bit tricky. So first, you're gonna count. When you have a shape, you're gonna count how many squares it is or how many parts it is. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now, because there's 5 squares, remember that we put the whole number on the bottom. So the bottom number is the whole. It's what is how many there is all together, okay? Then we count the number of blue squares. So we have 1, 2, 3 blue squares. And we put that number on top because remember that 3 is the part that we're counting, okay? So here we have what fraction of the stars are yellow. So first we count the number of stars, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, remember that 4 stars, the number goes on the bottom because that's the whole amount. So that's all of the stars all together. Then we count the yellow stars. So we have 1 yellow star and 2 yellow star. So remember that we put that number on the top because it's part, okay? So the whole number goes on the bottom, the top is the part. So here we want to know what fraction of the shape is purple. So if I count all of the shapes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, I put 7 on the bottom, but I want to know how many are purple. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I should know that because I've counted the total number of shapes, which was 7, and then I counted all of the purple ones, and that was 5. It's 5/7, okay? So let's take a look at more practice before I make you do your work because I know that fractions can be tricky. So here I have a circle, okay, and it has 1, 2, 3 parts. So it's cut into 3, so I put the number 3 at the bottom, and I want to know what is colored, okay? So I don't care about the white ones. I want to know for this one, which one is shaded or colored. So I know that there's 1, 2, so it's 2 over 3. And then if I look at my rectangle here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 goes on the bottom because it's cut into 4. So the total shape is cut into 4, but I only want to know how many is colored. So 1, 2, 3 are colored, okay? So 2 over 3 is correct, and 3 over 4 is correct. Okay, let's try 2 more. So again, I'm going to count how many it has all together, the shapes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to put 6, and I can see that only 1 is colored, so I'm putting a 1 over 6. For the circle, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to write 5, and I can see that 2 are colored, so I put 2 on the top, 5 on the bottom. So 1 6, 2 5. Okay? So again, I have 1, 2. So 2 squares make up the rectangle here. So 2 goes on the bottom because it's the whole. It's how many there are all together. And then I have 1 that's colored, so it's 1/2, okay, which you should be able to know just by looking at it. And then here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I put 7 on the bottom because it's how many slices we have in our square. And then I know that 1, 2, 3 are colored. So I put the number that's colored on the top. Okay, so 1 over 2 and 3 and 7. Okay, another one, just because I know this is tricky, so we're gonna really get it stuck in your brain. Okay, I want you guys to try and think it out. So I'm just going to give you a few seconds. See if you can mentally think about the number that goes on the bottom and the number that goes on the top for both of them. I'm going to give you 10 seconds just to have a quick look and think, and then I'm going to answer it for you. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rectangles all together. So 8 rectangles, so 8 parts all together make up the whole. So 8. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that is colored. So it's 7 over 8. Okay? For the circle, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 again. So I put 8 on the bottom, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are colored. So it's 5 over 8. Okay? Try one more. I'm going to give you guys another 10 seconds. Try and think if you have gotten the answers. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 goes on the bottom because my whole shape is split up into 4. And 1 is colored, so 1 goes on the top. Okay, next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, my circle is split into 7. So to make it whole, if all of them were colored, it would be a whole circle again. So it would be 7 parts make up the whole, but I only have 1, 2, 3 that are colored. So it's 3 over 7. So that's correct, and that's correct. Okay, now you guys are going to help me. This is going to be some of your work today, but this page we're just going to do this one together. You don't have to draw it out. You can just think about the answers in your head. So here I have 4 circles and I need to color. So I have 4 altogether. How many am I coloring? 1. That's it. So I'm just going to color in really badly. Obviously, when you guys are going to do your work, you're going to make it look nicer. Actually, that kind of looks cool. Could be like the Death Star or something. Anyway, so I'm coloring 1. Next, I have 7 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 all together, and I'm coloring 2. So again, I'm just going to color 1, and 2 really fast. Not as nice as my normal work, but I'm doing this on a computer, so it's a bit tricky. You guys are still going to color much nicer, I hope. All right, there you go. 2 are colored. All right, so this one, I'm going to let you guys think. So if I have 6 altogether, because that's the number on the bottom, how many circles do I color at the top? So think about the answer. You can shout it out, you can whisper it, you can think it in your head. And if you guessed 4, you are right. Okay, so I color in 4 because that's the amount that's the number that's on the top. All right, so now it's your turn. Hopefully we've done enough practice. You only have 8 questions to answer, so it should be pretty easy. You need to write the date, you need to write the LO, okay, and then you need to write numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You will need to leave some space because you will be drawing some pictures. So if you don't want to write the questions now, you want to see the questions first before you write the numbers, that's fine. But please write down the date and the LO. Okay, you can pause the video if you need more time. And you can just do this in your home learning journal or just on a piece of paper if you have it. And here is your 8 questions. Pretty easy. So you need to tell me for number 1, 2, 3, and 4 what the fraction is. Now it's the fraction that is shaded or colored. So I'm going to do number 1 with you just to give you an example, which actually means that you only have to do 3 of these. That's pretty lucky. And I'm going to help you with one on 5. So you really only have 6 questions. So I think that's pretty easy work today. So number 1, what fraction is shaded above? So my first job, remember, is to count how many shapes I have all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my number on the bottom is 5. Then I'm going to count how many are shaded. Shaded means colored. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So then I write 4 at the top. Okay? So that is my answer to number 1. So you need to do the same thing for 2, 3, and 4. Make sure that you count how many sections or parts it is all together first. Write that on the bottom. That's your denominator. And then you're going to write your numerator, the part, at the top. And wouldn't that be funny if I got them mixed up? I really hope I didn't. But now I'm worried that I did, so it's fine. You write the part on top and the whole on the bottom, okay? And now I feel like I've just confused you guys even more. I'm failing today. All right, your next part is that you need to color in what the fraction is. So here I have 8 parts, okay? If you really want to, you can print this page off and you can just do it on the page if you have a printer. If not, then please draw out the shapes, or if you want to challenge, draw off the shapes. Just be careful that you have the same number of parts that's on the bottom, okay? So that you have the 8, the 3, 10, and 7. Okay, so remember, now I need to color in, but I'm only coloring in 3 parts because that's the number that tells me how many to color in. So I'm just gonna color in 1, 2, and 3, but obviously you guys are gonna make this way nicer. Oh, see, now I colored outside the lines. Oh, nightmare. All right, so those are my 3 that have been colored, okay? So I'm gonna let you guys do the rest of the questions on your own. Please get this done today. It's just literally 6 questions, so it shouldn't be too tricky. And like I said, if you would like to print off this page, just it's on the PowerPoint, so you can go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you just need to write the answers down on a piece of paper. Just make sure that you draw out the shapes for 5, 6, 7, and 8. And make sure that you are doing much nicer coloring than me, please. And then send it to me on Class Dojo. And tomorrow we will do a quick review. So good luck and enjoy making some fractions.